Hey guys, let's talk about what it is that you help to qualify for in buying a house. Really, what helps you qualify in buying anything? So, when you want to buy a house and you're looking to get qualified to do so, there's people like myself who are looking at stuff, who are trying to figure out what it is that makes you qualify for buying a house. The question is, what are we looking at to get that figured out? And is there just one way that you can get qualified? Well, first, that answer is no. We're looking at a lot of different areas for where you get qualified. And those primary areas that we're going to look at, and we're looking at for almost every single time when you're looking to buy a house, or really anything. We're going to talk about a house because, let's face it, that's what I do for a living. But if you're trying to buy a car, or you're trying to get a credit card, a lot of these things they tend to be the same across the board. There are three primary areas that we're always looking at. They are credit, loan to value, and debt to income ratio. So what are those three things, and how are we looking at them? Well, the first one is credit. So really what credit is about is, well, you're about to get a whole bunch of money. We're about to give you a whole bunch of money. And we want to know, before we give you a whole bunch of money, how good are you at paying other people back? Because we're about to become one of those people you're paying back, and we kind of are curious. That's really what credit is about. In general, credit is a report card on how good you are at paying other people back. So that's the first area you're looking at. And how good that comes back, are you getting a credit score that's coming back at 620 or 660 or 740, etc.? Or is there some other version of this that we're getting, such as non-traditional credit? These are all areas looking at, sort of trying to figure out how you qualify. The other item they're looking at is something called loan to value. The loan to value is really asking how much, when you're buying a house, maybe it's a car or whatever, how much are you looking to put down on this house? How much of your percentage of this are you looking to put down? Are you going to put down 3%? Are you going to put down 5%, 3.5%, 20%? Are you going to put down nothing? There are programs that actually allow for that. But the question is, what is your percentage that you're looking to put down, and how much of that do you have saved up already? And when I ask questions about that, am I asking because, well, if you don't have any money, you're not going to qualify? That's actually not necessarily the case. But it does help me to narrow which programs might be suited for you and help to guide you down that path. The other question we're going to ask is, we're going to ask about debt to income ratio. So we're going to ask about debt to income ratio. And what debt to income ratio is really about is how much money am I making versus how much money do I owe to other people. And other people can be things like a car loan. It can be things like a credit card. It can be things that we're not thinking about. Maybe you owe money for alimony, or maybe you have child support payments. Maybe it's something not even showing up on a credit report. But it's something saying you owe money every single month to. And you're usually allowed to owe up to a certain percent of your income to somebody else, depending on the program that you're looking to get involved in, for either, again, buying a house, or this could again be for buying a car, etc. So they're figuring this out based on your gross income for debt to income ratio. They say, well, how much money are you making? You say, well, I make $25 an hour. Say, okay, so you're making about this much money a year, divided by 12 equals, this is your gross. Now, how much of your money you're taking home, it's your gross amount. And then they figure that out, and they say, okay, well, if you're doing a program that only allows you to owe up to, say, 41%, or 43%, or 36%, as I said, many different programs. But depending on which of those programs are, I'm figuring that out, and then saying, okay, so based on this scenario, this is how much you owe. And you say, well, I want to buy a house for this much. Great. So you owe this much. You want to buy a house that's this much. Is that under the ratio that we're looking to help you in buying a house? Is there anything we can do to help you with that ratio to get that figured out? So those are the three primary areas. Again, credit, loan to value, and debt to income ratio. And these primarily are focused all across the board. They can be, again, for buying a house, again, what I do. They can be for you maybe getting a car. They can even change things for things like credit cards, and you trying to get a personal loan because you're getting ready for a wedding, anything like that. So I hope this was helpful. If you liked what I'm talking about, please go ahead and subscribe. If you wanted to find out a little bit more about myself and wanted to ask a few more questions on your own scenario, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. I will leave my contact information below, and then of course you end up having all my information right after this. You have yourself a great day. Bye.